So do we as veterinarians ever refuse to euthanize animals because we disagree with it? And the answer is yes, all the time. We are the ones that have to push the solution, and we have to sleep with our decisions at night. And it's our responsibility to get a brief history and to do an evaluation to make sure that we agree euthanasia is a fair option for that pet. And in the majority of cases, we will agree with that. But when we don't, we then have the responsibility of explaining to the owners why we don't think so. And usually this is something simple, like the pet has a condition that's not as bad as the owners think, like think of a dog having a stroke, or maybe the pet just needs to be rehomed, or it's a behavioral issue that with one tiny fix at home, the issue will resolve, or potentially the problem's because the pet has an undiagnosed medical condition and once treated, they can have a normal life going forward. Most owners are very receptive to that conversation, but it becomes a little bit tricky and a little controversial when, let's say, the owners don't want to do anything to figure out what's going on with the pet, or they don't want to go through all the hassle and the inconvenience of trying to rehome this pet, or they try to emotionally blackmail us because they don't like our answer, or potentially we're just dealing with somebody that is legitimately mentally unstable and can't make logical decisions. I will stick to my guns in those cases and still say, if you're not going to put forth the bare minimum effort, I'm not going to euthanize your pet on an ER basis. But there are some vets that in certain situations will choose to euthanize otherwise healthy animals to hopefully prevent suffering. And before you judge those vets, what you have to understand is the situations the general public put us in are sometimes horrible. Like as a great example, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I had a very mentally unstable owner bring a cat to me because the cat bit her and sent her to the ER. So she was convinced the cat was pure evil and aggressive, but the cat wasn't aggressive. What ended up happening was it was one of 7 cats in a tiny apartment. There was chaos. This cat got bit, and as it was running, the owner hit it in the head with a remote, and the cat bit her. And I said, that's not aggression. That's a situational issue that all you have to do is rehome these cats and they can have a normal life. But she knew better than me. And when I told her I wasn't going to euthanize, she said, well, if you don't euthanize this cat, on the way home, I'm going to take the carrier with the cat in it, throw it in a lake, drown the cat, and be done with it. And in that situation, what would you do? Because as a veterinarian, we are fully aware that mentally unwell people like that are very capable and will do what she claims she would do. So on one hand, do you stick to your guns and not euthanize that cat and then live with the regret of thinking, well, what if she actually did drown this poor cat? Or do you throw your morals and ethics out the door and say, you know what, I don't want to euthanize this otherwise healthy cat, but if me giving it a peaceful end prevents it from being drowned, I will throw my morals and ethics out of the way and just live with the regret of thinking, what if she was bluffing? And it's those situations that the public put us in that make our job so difficult. And I'll be honest, I didn't euthanize that cat, but to this day, I still wonder if she drowned that poor cat or not.